Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Kunipon, set in Hokkaido and supplied to us today by Shako 1610. So with no briefing, we'll move straight on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. And continuing on with our no loadout experiment, we will be starting in the morgue and we will have empty pockets.
You're the curator's research
So
aide,
right
right?
from the start and off the bat, we are going to wait for the mortician with the clipboard to make his way around the slab here, and then we can get up off of our gurney and we're going to make our way straight to the security room, where we will be able to get our hands on a halfway decent outfit. So we're going to grab the scalpel from the fridge room, pass 2 of our targets on our way to the security room. We're going to render the security guard within unconscious. We're going to collect up the gun that he drops. We're going to deposit him in the closet provided. We're going to take his outfit, and while we're here we may as well deal with the surveillance system. There we go. So once we've got all of that done, we're going to make our way back into the fridge room, and we are going to overflow the sink here, and this will distract one of our 2 targets and they will come over to investigate, leaving each of them alone and vulnerable. So as you can see, the target on the left is the one who has been distracted. Once he moves a safe distance, we can then sneak up behind the chief mortician. We can introduce him to Cold Steel and then very quickly catch up with his colleague and also introduce him to Cold Steel. So 2 targets down. We now need to make our way up to the operating theatre area and into the bathroom. And as you can see, here is our next target, and we've just missed him. Now he will frequent this bathroom quite regularly, also along with a researcher slash scientist. There she is, and here comes our target. Now the researcher doesn't stick around for very long, so we're just going to wait for her to vacate the area. And as soon as she leaves, we can then pull out our scalpel and we can pounce on the Crazy 8 guard, as I like to call them. So once the researcher has vacated, we can introduce the guard to Cold Steel. We're going to collect up the gun that he drops. We're going to deposit him in the toilet cubicle, and then we're going to wait right where we are for the researcher lady to return. Now she's currently in the room opposite with 2 other researchers, and we need to clear out that room completely. So when the young lady comes back to powder her nose, we can then crouch down. We're going to render her unconscious, and we're going to deposit her with our previous target in the toilet cubicle. There we go. Then we're going to make our way into the room next door to the researcher's room, which has a tap in it, and we're going to be utilizing this room quite a bit. So we're going to overflow the sink in this room. That will attract the attention of one of the 2 researchers, and they will come along to investigate. And while they are busy investigating and dealing with that, we will be in the researcher's room dealing with their colleague. So once we have the room to ourselves, we can render our friend here unconscious. We're going to deposit him in the closet provided, and then make our way back into the patient's room next door and deal with the other researcher. Now just be making aware that there is a patrolling guard in the corridor beyond, and as long as he's not heading straight for us, we should be okay with moving our friend here to the closet provided. So once we have this space all to ourselves, we can then overflow the sink, and we can open the door to the security room where there is an abundance of security officers, including our remaining 2 targets. So once we open the door, we're going to throw our scalpel against the cabinet. That will get the attention of someone from the security office. Luckily enough, first time round, it's one of our targets. And this is not always guaranteed. We may have to render a few people unconscious. So we're going to wait for him to turn off the sink before introducing him to cold steel. Again, making sure that the guard on patrol in the corridor isn't heading this way. He's in fact just moved away from us. And we can then drag our target here into the room next door, as there's nowhere else left to hide anyone. And then all we have to do is rinse and repeat the same procedure again, and hopefully we will lure in our final target. Now, in all of my practice runs, both of my targets were the first 2 to get distracted. Unfortunately, in this particular run, we've managed to distract one of the other guards, so we are going to have to wait for him to come along, wait for the door to close to the security room, and then wait for the non-target guard to lose interest. He will then get distracted by the sink, and once he turns that sink off, we can then make our way into the room, pounce on him and render him unconscious. And then again, as long as the guard in the corridor isn't heading this way, he's actually just heading away from us once again. So we've timed that absolutely perfectly. We can deposit our new friend here next to our other friend. We're getting up quite a nice collection. So once again, hopefully third time will be the charm. We will overflow the sink, open the door to the security room, throw our scalpel against the cabinet, retrieve our scalpel once again, and this time round we have secured our final target. So all we have to do is wait in the room next door, and when our target comes in and the security door closes, and our target this time is an enforcer, so we do have to be careful. So we're going to wait for him to turn off the sink. He will lose interest in the cabinet noise and turn off the sink, and we can then introduce him to cold steel. We're not going to bother removing him anywhere, as he's nicely hidden where he is. And then all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape. And the nearest available safe exit will be the helicopter exit. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and once we get off of this mountain we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we had no objectives to worry about, and we will get ourselves a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.